justice for Jean Alesi 2 in Formula 197, and round 12 brings us to the historic Spa-Francorchamps in Stavelot, Belgium. This circuit first hosted a Grand Prix in 1925 on a near 15km layout. Today it's home to the Belgian Grand Prix, the 24 Hours of Spa as part of the Intercontinental GT Challenge, and the 6 Hours of Spa as part of the World Endurance Championship, all hosted on a much more modest 7km layout. Debate around Spa has intensified since it seems like the circuit has to fight for short-term deals just to stay on the F1 calendar, whereas more untested and unloved circuits, shall we say, willingly get multi-year deals. We've said it before this season, cash is king, money seems to be more important than anything else when it comes to picking the calendar, but there are a couple of other reasons as to why the debate kind of rages on about Spa staying on the calendar. One is the fact that modern F1 races have become slightly dull around here. There's not been a really good Belgian Grand Prix at Spa for quite a few years. But to me, and again I've said this season as well, I think that's more down to the formula than it is to the circuit. Other series can come here and have great races, and I think it still is a great circuit. I think the formula's to blame, unfortunately. The other reason is the safety aspects surrounding Eau Rouge and Radion, and while Spa has taken steps to make this thrilling complex safer, for many it still isn't safe enough. For me, while there is always a risk when competing in motorsports, that risk is usually calculated and mitigated as much as possible. And as much as I enjoy watching cars power through this hallowed piece of tarmac, we should always be re-evaluating when that risk becomes too great. And it's the drivers who are out there competing now who should have a defining say when that risk does tip over that threshold. So I will enjoy racing at Spa in its current iteration for as long as we get it, but if it changes, then it changes. It's not like the circuit hasn't changed before. I just hope we can keep racing at Spa without any more tragedy. In the real 1997 qualifying, Jacques Villeneuve was on pole position, 8/10 faster than his title rival Michael Schumacher, who qualified in third, while Jean Alesi was a very fine second place. However, some people who didn't perform as fine were the teammates of those drivers. Heinz-Harald was back in 7th, Berger in 15th, and Lost Eddie was 17th in the other Ferrari. In the meantime, Pedro Diniz, clearly spurred on by Damon Hill's Hungarian heroics, managed to get one over on his Arrows teammate by qualifying one place ahead of him in 8th. In the Panis playthrough, we could only manage 9th, and while on this game there are some tracks where the area are just so incredibly quick, they're aliens like Hungary last time out, and there are other tracks on this game where actually you can maybe have a bit of an off day but still get a good result. This track, Spa, I think is a perfectly weighted challenge. It is so much on you to perform well around the circuit, the middle sector especially. So while I think I can do better than 9th, I don't think I'm going to match Alesi's real life second, so I'm going to say top 6. I think if I can qualify in the points positions to begin with and build from there, that would be nice. That's before I've even considered the classic Spa rain shower to mix things up. However, the session is dry, and with the game set to random weather, it means it shouldn't change within a single session. The in-game pole time up to 9 seconds quicker than the real one, and currently trying to dethrone Panis provisionally to get to the top spot.
I think we'll see him in pole position for tomorrow's race.
I don't think we will see me in pole position, but that was a huge lap. I will be surprised if I beat it in this session. Oh. And yet here we are, lap number 7, about to go quicker. Sector 1 will be very important. La Source through Eau Rouge and Radion down the Kemmel Straight, it's where we will be quickest. This middle sector is going to be the challenge. Flick down to second gear as we go through Les Combes, keep it in second, and then try and get up to third as early as we can through the exit of Malmedy. Up through the gears, and we're going to flick down from 5th, going into Rivage, second gear corner, hug the inside as much as possible, up the throttle, but then just regulate it through No Name, and then up through the gears again. We're going to hit 6th gear by the time we reach the braking zone for Pouhon. then flick down to 5th, dab a brake, and then hopefully full hard left, power back on, and we're on 6th gear by the exit of the corner. A 10th down by the end of the 2nd sector. Through Lefagna we go in 3rd gear. Sometimes I take it in 2nd as I carried a bit too much speed through there, but 3rd was enough. Similarly, through Stavelot, I'd mostly take that in 2nd, but there through 3rd was enough to just kind of slow it down and then up slowly through the gears as we head towards Blanchimont. It's full throttle all the way up to the old bus stop. And this bus stop, I always find the braking zone on this game a little bit difficult. Sometimes I find it easy to overshoot. The important thing is just make sure we stay to the inside of these two bollards. You can get across the curbs, exit in 2nd gear, flat through the 2nd part of the bus stop, power towards the line. No. Very surprised to beat my previous best, but I would not go quicker in the rest of the session. And there's a slightly odd reason for that. Sorry, why is it raining? It's supposed to be on random weather, so it doesn't change weather in a single session. Why is it raining? So Spa is that infamous for having rain, it will ignore what game mode you're on and just rain anyway. That's incredible. I don't think it will have stayed wet for the rest of the session, so I am expecting to be dethroned, but I'm hoping for top 6 on pole. Jacques Villeneuve 1 minute 40 from Michael Schumacher, the championship rivals on the front row. Frentzen in 3rd, Irvine in 4th, Berger in 5th, Fisichella in 6th. We have not made it to the top 6. We are 7th, just outside, just ahead of Olivier Panis. Ooh. So it was a 140 dead from Villeneuve, which compared to last year's pole was 0.2 faster than last year's when we did the Panis playthrough. And we miss out on the top 6 by 0.03 of a second. In the real 1997 Belgian Grand Prix, it was historic because it was the first ever Formula 1 race to start behind a safety car because of a classic Spa rain shower, which... I mean, the realism of this game, we're getting unexpected rain showers regardless of what you set the game up to do. In wet to dry conditions, Michael Schumacher produced a classic drive, overtaking Alesi, then Villeneuve, both on lap 5, and then just driving off to win a comfortable race. Giancarlo Fisichella in the Jordan was 2nd. It was a fine recovery drive for Frentzen in 3rd, and Berger with a solid recovery of his own to finish 6th. Alesi unfortunately went in the opposite direction. He would go back to finish 8th behind Pedro Niz. Only 10 cars would complete full race distance and only 9 would be classified. Mika Hakkinen disqualified from his 3rd place finish for a fuel irregularity. In the Panis playthrough, we managed to finish 7th. We gained places thanks to an incident at Eau Rouge, but we didn't really have race pace and we just were hanging on for that 7th place. I feel like I'm quicker, but keeping that up lap after lap in the race is going to be really tough. And of course our championship rivals are 1-2, so I think we'll just say points. I'd be happy to come away with points. Hopefully, if I could get ahead of any of the championship rivals, that would be a bonus, but I just need to score some points. It is dry. Oh my goodness. The rain should have come in the race, not qualifying, but here we go. Hang on, 10 laps of Spa. We'll try and get to the inside, but not murder anyone into La Source. Well, me not murdering anyone is just braking. And no, I didn't hit Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher hit me, gonna block. So he doesn't make a move into Eau Rouge. Right, just need to settle into a rhythm as quickly as possible. It's not a good start. I need to stay to the inside because these are the... How do they find the space just to come up the inside? We're going to go inside up to Pouon. He hangs it round the outside. God damn it. Come back through Blanchimont. Is there any space to make a move through Blanchimont? I have to ease off the throttle. This is the point where we need to make the move. Over almost hit the wall.
Look at that. He's passed.
Wow. Christ, that was a move. Great battle with Ralf Schumacher. But it's only for 8th at the minute. Right, need a good middle sector now.
He was actually going faster than the race leader over the first section of the course. Into lap 3.
Basically, from the exit of, not Stavelot, is it Stavelot? Basically the run down through Blanchimont, through the bus stop, up to the end of here is where I'm quick, and where I'm going to gain time, and the rest of the lap is damage limitation.
He's closing the gap.
And that corner is not how you limit damage. That was awful. And now the bit I need to get right, I'm getting wrong. Come on, dude. And now, a potential moment of history in this series. You may be familiar with me saying, oh, I'm going to go quiet now because I need to concentrate. And then I continue to speak. Well, in this race, I actually did need to shut up and concentrate. I was really struggling to just keep up the pace needed to reel in Fisichella. And it's the fact that I did need to deliver 10 qualifying laps to be on the pace, and you see a lot of mistakes coming as a result. You can see the frustration written all over my face. And as we head along the Kemmel Straight, I am finally starting to make a bit of inroads, gap down to 2 seconds, there's a dot on the horizon, so there's still a chance of me sneaking into the points. I believe Fisichella and Berger are still together. It's just trying to nail this middle sector under pressure. As you can see, I'm snatching at the gears, I'm down to first when really I was taking Rivage in second in the warm-up. And whenever I hear an engine buzzing behind me, that adds to it. And then Pouon, pressure to get Pouon right because I feel like it's the only corner in the middle sector where I gain time. And here I am, overshooting it. And instead of only losing a bit of time, I lose 1.2 seconds. And you also may have noticed that I'm taking the first part of the bus stop in slightly more panicky forms every single lap. And just like that, the 2-second gap has become 4 seconds. Also a lot of accidental lookbacks again. That's when you can tell I'm really trying to hustle the car around with the analog sticks. Just when I feel like I'm making inroads, and all of a sudden I drop right back. Oh man.
As he crosses the line, only 3 more laps left. His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
once I have actually kept to my word and I have shut up to concentrate because... Christ. Right, now let's not make a silly mistake. Now I can see a car again.
He's closing the gap. The gap is growing.
Trying to get the power on too early because I'm getting closer, for God's sake.
He's only got 2 laps to go. Alesi. A bit of a knock there, I think, Martin.
You're right there, Murray.
Yes, correct, Murray. Astute, as always.
We're into the final lap.
Oh my God. Just about to see a dot on the horizon at the end of the Kemmel Straight, but... Oh my word. Gap's going to be up again.
The gap is growing.
Oh, sorry, God damn it. There was just a pop-up on my computer. And I thought OBS had crashed, so... God's sake. Technical issues in the Benetton hampering the end of my race. Let's just keep it ahead of Ralph. And we do. So it's 1 place worse off than last year, despite starting 2 places higher. A 1:41.8, almost a qualifying lap for my fastest lap. We finish only 18 seconds behind Michael Schumacher, Jack Villeneuve in second. It's the worst possible result for us, but Olivier Panis in third. I'm pretty happy about that. Well done, Olivier. And after me calling him Lost Eddie last time out, Eddie Irvine, a statement of intent, finishing fourth ahead of Frentzen and Berger, another solid point. Our qualifying lap almost is the fastest lap of the race. End of the third sector, and that first sector is very quick. Middle sector, no matter what I did, I feel like I was losing time constantly, except for maybe Pouon. If I got Pouon right, I'd get a little breathing room. So Michael Schumacher is now 11 points clear at the top. There's still plenty of time to turn it round, but it always makes me a bit nervy when someone goes a full race win clear. But we've got time to pull it back. Schumacher leads by 11 points. Villeneuve, an important second place for him. He's now just 5 points behind us. And, quick maths, quick, 16 points. Wasn't very quick, really, was it? In the Constructors, Williams lead by just 3 points from Ferrari. Really solid scoring from Villeneuve and Frentzen. But a double points finish for Ferrari keeps it close. Thank you to Gerhard Berger, meaning we are just 9 points away, 8 points away. The maths are getting worse. So we're still in the fight, but an important result for Olivier Panis and Prost. They're back up to fourth, ahead of Arrows. Now there's a phrase in football where if it's a very important game, whether in a title fight or relegation battle, they call it a 6-pointer. Well, this is a 20-pointer. It's the Italian Grand Prix from Monza, a track that we have won at on both previous occasions we've raced here in a Justice 4 season. I have to make it a hat-trick. But we will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. That was a draining race, but I'm kind of glad it's out of the way. Next time, the pressure is on. I feel confident, but then if it starts to go wrong, it could all unravel quite nastily. So, well, it's going to be entertaining either way, so tune in. See you soon.